Hi guys, welcome to another amazing session. Now we have a Himani with us. She is an absolutely amazing lady, sales queen. But before we start, hi, my name is Anna Byrne. I am a confidence coach and breathwork practitioner. I am your host for this summit. And today we are going to learn from our sales queen for coaches and female entrepreneurs who are passionate about sharing their gift with the world. She's the founder of the Persuasive and Selling Methodology and empowers heart-centered visionaries by helping them build and install sales conversion components into their businesses so they always land pre-sold buyers and aligned clients without having to chase them ever again.
Thank
I'm
you.
giving the stage to you, Himani. Can you tell us a little bit more about yourself? I have to say, I met you not that long ago, and I absolutely love your energy. So could you tell us a little bit more about yourself, if you would like to?
Absolutely. I really appreciate meeting up with you and hitting it off with you right away. Anna, it's my pleasure to be speaking at your summit. It's beautiful. And success is something that everybody deserves, according to me, not just
Mm,
in the monetary sense of the
yes.
word, but I think success really means to me inviting abundance in our lives and spreading it all across, not just to ourselves, but everybody who comes in contact with us, people around us, people we work together with, our clients, our customers. And I think my role, my calling in life is as I said, I see myself as the bridge between the gifts that all our beautiful coaches in this industry have. All of us have a beautiful story, sometimes a very deep story. So we've gone through something which gives us these access to these powerful learnings and gifts that have the potential to have a very big wild impact on millions of
Mm,
lives outside there. But the problem is that I see that having these gifts is one skill set that comes to us without a choice most of the times, but then turning that into a business in a business which is successful, which can change people's lives, which can bring in transformation in other people's lives, that the whole business component, that is something that people are not able to crack. So I see myself, sales for me just means that I'm just a bridge, I'm just a serving mode between your gifts and your clients, your people who are waiting for you to transform and touch their lives. That's me. And the whole goal is to teach you how, or to show you how not to sell ever again, not to chase them. None of these things, most of the things that we are taught in the industry, even I was taught that before I decided to change that around. Idea is not to chase people. Idea is not to follow pushy tactics that really don't work long term. That's
mm,
me.
I absolutely love this.
Thank you.
And selling is, for me, selling is serving. For me, when I sell my products, my services, that means I'm helping somebody else. But selling is also one of the most difficult things to do for entrepreneurs, right? And can you tell us a little bit about, maybe let's start with the mindset of selling, okay? Because I believe like we are so great at creating content, at putting out self out there, but then the selling part, and when the selling is, the money comes, right? You can't have a
Mhm.
business without selling. Can
Yeah.
you talk a little bit about mindset of selling? I know you love talking about feminine selling versus the persuasive selling. Can you talk a little bit about this and this, and what is the mindset between one and the second one?
Yeah, beautiful question. Thank you. So the first thing which you said is selling is tough. I do not believe that anymore because for the first 15 years of my adult career, I believed exactly that. Because for people who don't know me, obviously, I have practiced, I'm trained professionally as an interior designer, practiced that for 15 years of my life pretty successfully. But the piece where I was not that successful or I didn't see or I had all these worthiness issues, to be very honest, is because I was not good at sales. I was
Mm.
horrible at asking for money from my clients. I was always somehow, when I look back now, going back about 8 years, 9 years, 10 years ago, I was somehow always proving my worth to every new client I was meeting up with without knowing about it. It was all unconscious behavior. Today, I'm very conscious about it. So I'm able to talk about it. So what I would say is I was one person who was very, very shy. I'm still considered as one of the biggest introverts. Of course, I love talking on camera and stuff, but I'm still a very big introvert. I don't think that's going to change about me. And and so I was the opposite of someone who was successful at sales, if I may say
Mm-hmm.
it. And now so I was blessed enough to come into this online coaching industry, work with the best of people, some very, very big names, learn from the best, practiced, work with their audience, and really got very good at what I do. And I can tell you one thing from my experience, that for me, uh, this is like I'm going to say something which could be a little controversial here, especially from the eyes of what you do, from the lens of what you do and so many other people do. What in my experience, sales is like learning how to drive.
Mm.
It's like a step by step skill set. Like once you get that training, it's a step-by-step process. It is not guesswork. It has very specific components which are not taught, not because they're not taught or they're hidden from you, but most people stop at business coaching programs, and business coaching programs are not specialist sales programs. They're two different things. So you do not make it to the point where you learn the skill set of building or installing a sales system in your coaching
Mm.
business, which is where you convert people. So it's all about knowing the components of how to warm up people, what to say to them, how to stay on top of them, how to disqualify the wrong people to save yourself time and energy, because not everyone is ready.
Yes.
Not everyone is inspired. Not everyone, there are different kinds of people at different stages. So your job is to be able to always identify the right people and put your energy to move them, keep moving them, and the ones who take action to serve them, because otherwise you're doing in a way disservice to the ones whom you could have served while you were chasing the ones who are
True
not
about
yet
that.
quite yet ready. So what I've seen when it comes to mindset is, once you learn this whole process and you start getting good at it, sales or client getting becomes incidental. That has to happen. It's like cooking a dish. When you throw in the ingredients, you know the temperature, you throw in your dressings, and your the dish has to come out well, right? There is no other way. It can't go bad. So when clients start coming in, now this is the piece which is my favorite, which is how it's happened to me in my experience. The mindset follows. For me, I don't think I've ever really sat down and worked on mindset per se. For me, I've seen that when money comes in, when you have a client and you got to serve them, you got to fulfill, you've got to help them, work with them, you automatically put in the work because now you have a goal right in front of you. And when you
Mm.
have that, when you have money it's like it automatically switches around. You don't have to work on the mind and sit and wait and see, okay, now I'm going to get a client and now I'm going to apply it. It works hand in hand in a
Together.
way, you
Mm.
see. So it kind of follows with your success. And each
Yes.
time you touch a bigger, better milestone, your mindset has to expand, your energy has to expand. If you are in alignment, if you are an authentic person, if you are running your business from your heart, it has to expand. There is no other way.
I love that. So
Thank you.
sales is a skill set, and I totally agree with that. And like with every skill set, right? The more you practice, the easier it becomes, right?
100%. And it
Love
is a
that.
replicable skill set. And the way I teach it, like I've got obviously a couple of clients, so got a little system built out. So once they go through one process, all they have to do is to repeat it, keep repeating it, keep plugging the gaps. And it's a repeatable system.
Mm. Okay, I love it. So can we talk a little bit about um feminines? What is the feminine part of selling?
That's what I live and breathe. Thank you for asking that beautiful question. So, a lot of people talk about this thing. Oh, I don't want to do cold DMs because someone told them that DMs are cold. So I don't want, I would look like a certain person. There's a connotation in our brain which we do not question. Someone has told us, or the industry has told us, or maybe some coach has told us that, oh, I will teach you to get XYZ result without doing funnels, without doing cold DMs, without doing ads, because it's just a marketing hook. It's just a marketing statement because they're trying to throw stones at something else and push forward what they are teaching you. And that's how they're going to hook you into their program. This is how marketing works.
Yeah.
So, but if you really expand it and really ask yourself, as an example, DMs, messenger messages is nothing but a string of words. It's nothing but a string of words. How can a message be cold, warm, rude, whatever? It's just a string of words. What you write in it is what the energetics of that message is. How can it be cold always? What is cold is actually the people because they don't know about you as yet. And the job of a good message is to actually warm up your people to you because it's a
Mm.
two-way conversation, unlike any other form of communication channel, be it ads. Ads are the coldest, super cold. They know nothing about you. There's no way you can even access them. Emails are one way. All your social media channels, LinkedIn, Instagram, whatever you may say, they're open and open communities. You're not having
Yes.
your YouTube. It's a one-way conversation.
Mm.
DMs is your messenger inbox is the only place where you can leave voice messages, you can go back and forth, you can drop your value, you can help them with something, you can take a look at your at their links, you can do as much as you want. Like I do so much audit, support, value add, everything happens inside messenger. So so the point is when you talk about feminine and masculine or bro marketing, as it's always been called, all these years, in fact, even when I started out, I've worked with some big names, and I was asked to take standardized programs, sales programs, to qualify to work together with them. And they were all masculine grow marketing programs. And I took them because, I mean, I passed them and I took I started working with those people. But then after going through those programs, I realized that this is what I do not want to do in my work. You have to do those things to understand what is aligned with you, what is not. So the difference is very clear cut. Anything where you're taught how to manipulate words, how to play around with tonality, how to do NLP to get people to disarm them. These are the words that they use. How to persuade your potential clients to say yes to you and your offers. That's all pushy. You're like chasing them. You're like trying to do something to quickly get them into your world, like push them in or grab them into your world to get them to say yes in quotes. While what I do, which is a very recent coining of what I do, I call it persuasive selling methodology, where it's the opposite of persuasion. It's persuasion, where you don't persuade at all. It's like you create a process, you take your people through a very beautiful experiential journey, which you map out yourself, which is what you got to learn, and you can repeat it every single time. And you create milestones for your people to experience you, what you stand for, how you can help them, how you can support them, what are the different components of your program, etc. And you give it out in a way that they can chew. It's very quick. It's very it's like they come to your world for the first time, and within the first 3 to 5 days, they know exactly everything about you. Not like 200 pieces of content. You don't drown them in all
Mm.
those, like the first thing I tell my people is like go to your Facebook group or your community and remove those 100 or 200 pieces of content that you've put there, because you are pushing your people away from the sale. Because if you give them so much food to eat like a buffet, they're not going to come back and want to order more food, sign up
Mm.
for your program. So you
Mm.
just give them enough, which arouses their curiosity. This is all part of the design. You have to
Beautiful.
learn what to do and how to do it really well. And once you map it out, you're done. And
I love
then
that.
Yeah, and then you qualify the right people. It's designed in a way that it qualifies the right people, puts them in a bucket, disqualifies the not so ready people, puts them in a different bucket. So your focus goes on to the top 10% people, warms them up really fast, but so that you're able to, and we use a lot of automation in a good way, because then we are able to automate 70 to 80% of repetitive tasks,
Mm.
which are just very, very, simple things like the first conversation opening message, inviting them to your workshop or whatever event that you're doing, delivering standard information about, okay, this, reminder about the workshop, reminder about the bonuses, reminder about a call, whatever it is, those kind of things. And then you are left with so much time to work with the right people one-on-one. So I don't use chatbots at all as an example. For me, everything is personalized one-on-one. And I'm able to do it because I'm able to sift out the best people and I'm able to automate a lot of my work. So the time that I get back, that I'm able to pull back from my system, my sales systems, I just pull back out a little bit of that time, 10, 20% of that time back, and invest in my people to build very quick connections and very quick conversions. Something on those lines. So it's all learnable. And that's the piece is very, very feminine, because you will never see me say, oh, go and tell them about your program, go and tell them about the benefits of the program, and tell them, oh, if you don't do it, this is the scarcity, you will not be able to sign up. We don't talk that language. Nothing.
Mm.
We just have a heart-to-heart conversation like a human, like a friend. And the
Yes, I
sales
know.
are just incidental. And because you've done the work. So a lot of people ask me that, what do you do in the sales calls? And I'm like, number one, they're not sales calls for us. They're enrollment calls, because I would jump in on a call with someone only when they are fully warmed up to me, when they're almost ready to pull out their card and work together with me. And they may still want to get to see me, meet with me, put that face to the conversation, have maybe one or two questions about their own specific
Mm.
situation. So those are enrollment calls. So they're a lot of fun. I also like to meet with my people before working together with them. It's the same thing. And but what you do before that call is what governs what happens in that call, not what you do inside that call. So
I love that.
there is no concept of a script here.
Mm.
If you are going by a script, if there's a need to follow those scripts in your calls, that means you haven't done anything. You're like trying to sell them. The script is all about selling. And I'm saying do not sell. So that script doesn't exist. So that sales call is just sales, but it's not really a sales call.
I absolutely, absolutely love it.
Thank you.
So, you have a very good I call it pre-screening process, right? When you get to know people, when you get, right? How time consuming is that? Because it takes time to get to know somebody so well.
You'll be surprised. I can tell a lot about someone in either 10 minutes, or I sometimes offer something called a loom audit. So I audit their business, and we've designed a form so they get to fill out a form, and it's got a multiple list of questions. And people, you will be surprised. People love, because it's a free audit.
Mm-hmm.
People are so honest about what's going on in their business and their life, what has happened, how many coaches they've worked with, what has worked, what has not worked, where they're at, what everything. They'll just come out and share like paragraphs of what is going on with them, because they're expecting an honest review, because someone has offered that to them. And the minute they fill out that form, I can tell you about their history and geography.
Mm. Okay, so
And this
yeah.
And also, if we were not doing that, the process is designed in a way that when we ask questions, they don't come across as questions. They're designed as a very natural flow of conversation. It's all about the second the person opens up to you. Most people don't open up to you And the reason is not them. The reason is you're not asking the right questions. The
Mm.
minute someone tells me in my DMs, they see my Facebook profile is optimized as a sales queen, like a salesperson completely. And they come into my DMs trying to sell me something in the mind in the background. And I would, I would just be nice. They'll send something my way. I'll just respond politely. And the next thing, without knowing anything about me, no conversation, no warm up, the next thing that comes is, oh, can I ask you a couple of questions if you don't mind? And I know where it's going. I mean, I'm a salesperson. I've been through the whole drill. The fact that you ask that, forget about what comes after that. The fact that they try to take permission to ask some questions, I don't have the patience for it anymore. Like, no, thank you. So don't do those things that bug people.
Mm.
So asking the questions is a skill set, and we teach that.
I love that. Oh my God,
Thank
this is
you.
so so amazing. So let's talk a little bit about sales calls. Um, you mentioned that, having a business coach and having a sales coach is different. And I agree with that, because business coach teach you one thing and sales coach teach you something different. So tell me how important, and I think I know the answer, but how important are the sales calls? Like how important are they in the building your business to getting on those sales calls?
I'm thinking of an analogy to put out here. I should have thought about it earlier. Um, uh, Somehow can't really think of something really cool at the top of my head, but um, it's almost like you go for that marathon and you run all the way, I don't know, 100 meters or whatever it is that you're doing, and you go all the way and you're just about to touch the finishing line, and you stop like 10 meters before that. That's your business coaching program. If you want to go to the other side and stay on the other side, you got to work with sales. As I always say, no matter how much you make, I'm not saying business coaches or business coaching programs are not good. They're amazing. They're absolutely a necessity. Don't even come to me or any sales coaching program unless you've gone through a proper, conclusive business coaching program, because they teach you components that we don't teach you. And you need them 100%. They build the foundation of your business. So all your tech, all your offers, your messaging, all of that comes from there. But then whatever it is that you're making after you've gone through your 1, 2, 3 business coaching programs, you could be at $5,000, $10,000 months, $50,000 months, $100,000 months, doesn't matter. You could be anywhere. As long as you've got clients. If you don't have clients, you're not successful, then your business coaching program has not worked. So I'm not even talking about that side. Assuming it has worked, assuming you've got some clients, they're not consistent, but you have clients on and off. That means your components are working. You're not consistent. There's something still missing, but they're working. So whatever you're making today is possibly only, and you may be doing very well. I've got people who were making $50,000 every 5-day launch. And I thought back in the day in 2021, I thought that was like a phenomenal amount of money that they were making. And they thought they were stuck 100%. That is just whatever you're making is only 20% of what you could be making. There's 80% waiting to hold your hand, and that is there on the other side. And it's the fastest to make. It's the easiest to make. That jump is the easiest. All you need is, as I talk about those components, there's a sales process that people need to learn how to build, streamline. Because what happens is when you work with a business coach, you've got hundreds of messaging, you've got so many offers, you've got so many lead magnets, you're trying out this and that, you're buying this into this little thing, one another coach, this strategy, that workshop. By the end of it, your computer, your hard drive is filled up with like 1,000 things. And you're trying different combinations, and some work, some don't, and you're trying your way through. So what the sales closing process does is it pulls out the best pieces. There's a methodology that I've built. So it just pulls in just 2 or 3 things out of your 1,000 things that are sitting. And they're the best pieces because they talk to each other. They move your people from one to the other to the other. And it's the shortest distance to the fastest sale. And it removes the noise. That's the key. It removes the noise and it adds structure to your business. And once you learn this process, it makes you unstoppable.
I
That's
love
what
that.
it is.
I love
Thank you.
that. I love that. So let's talk a little bit about, like, you are teaching people the sales calls, sales process, right?
Process, yeah.
Let's talk about the conversion. So most people are told like a poor mindset and money blocks are the primary cause of very low conversion, right? Mindset plays a huge part in that. So tell me, what is your take on that?
You want me to say that again?
Yeah, tell me again.
I mean, yes, I mean, I have nothing against mindset. Mindset is everything, 100%. If you keep, so when you say mindset, I say more like self-worth. If you don't have high esteem for yourself and what you do, you can call it mindset, you can call it belief shift, you can call it trauma, you can call it anything. But unless you start valuing what you do and there is a whole process to it, no matter what anyone comes and teaches you, you will stay somewhere, on the lower end of the spectrum. That is 100% positive. But not everybody's like that. I'm just
Mm,
saying, I'm talking about a general group of people. So even if you don't have a very strong mindset, see, your confidence doesn't come only from learning how to be confident, which is one way of doing it. And there's nothing wrong about it or with it. But I'm saying the minute you start tasting a little bit of success, a person who hasn't made $100 in 10 years, their first $100 is going to bring them more happiness than a coach who's making $50,000.
yeah.
It's all relative, and the
Yeah.
amount of confidence boost that person will have on day one will be absolutely insane. No
Mm,
amount of teaching will bring that amount of
yes.
confidence. You see what I mean? So
Yes.
when you start tasting success, you cross your own milestones. If you were at $1,000, you
Yes.
start
Yes.
making $5,000. If you were at 5,000, you start making 10. If you were at 10, you suddenly make 20, 30 grand, 50 grand, and so on. And you see the potential. The confidence starts coming in. It's experience. And then you can always hire confidence coaches. You can always say that, okay, I also need to work on XYZ. These are my weak areas. Like, I work with coaches all the time. I work with speaking coaches. I work with all kinds of coaches. Like my last coach, I was polishing up my workshop delivery skill set, not essentially sales, not essentially business, very,
Mm,
very specific areas where I know I can deliver better because I need to learn how to make my message land, how to communicate exactly what's going on here and paint the exact same picture in the minds of my audience. So that's another skill set. So you keep learning. It could be from this. And I have been doing a lot of meditation, manifestation, breath work like yourself. I'm a total manifestation nerd. Like I go up to the mountains and I sit there and I meditate. Like I'm one of those and I get my downloads. So I'm totally into that world. If I'm not tuned in, I am lost. I'm totally
mm.
ungrounded. So I'm just saying you could be working on different areas of your life and you must be. I mean, I would love to work with a financial coach and learn more about investment and so on and so forth. But when it comes to, that you can't be successful until and unless you work with your mindset, I personally do not agree with that.
Mm.
You see, there's a difference between the two.
Yes. So, and as you said, as you say, like, sales is a skill set, right?
Yep,
And
100%.
the more you repeat something, the more you do something, the more confident you become in doing it. However, I feel sometimes some people are so stuck in these stories that they are using mindset as an excuse. Would you agree?
Yes, 100%. 100%. I was one of them myself. It took me a while to kind of start witnessing, like, because meditation and manifestation, they teach you how to witness. So at some point, things shift. It's a process. So I 100%, I have been that person myself. I've been there.
Mm.
100%, I would own it up.
Yeah.
And that's
Okay.
those stories have to be shifted. But then also, I would say different people work differently. Some people, they would like to work with someone like yourself and would like to first get help with shifting the story, then learn how to take the action. Because once they shift the story, they won't know what to do with it, how to
Mm,
action it into a profitable business. You see? Now that's another skill set. So do you work
yeah.
backward, forward, this person? I mean, so that depends upon the person, what
Yes.
works with them.
The best is to combine everything, right?
Yeah,
Because you can
yeah.
have a shift and you can change your mindset as well. I love that. So let's talk a
100%.
little bit about we are talking about the feminine way of selling. So how do you get from this pushy energy?
Again, it's a system. So imagine if I told you um, that do you understand touch points? You would, because you've been into sales. So when I say touch points, all that means is how many times you show up in the minds, on the feed, in the messenger, or whatever. How many times are you able to make people remind them of yourself? Touch point. By
Mm-hmm.
adding value. If you add value, that's a plus point, because now they're also becoming fan of you, and so on and so forth. If you're able to bring in a tangible, tiny little tangible win, that's beautiful, because then you leave a mark on their heart and their emotion. So the more touch points that you build with the person, um, so the whole sales conversion process that I talk about, it's a it's a cocktail of 15, 20, 30, 40 touch points, depending upon how much a person is comfortable with in the beginning. And
Mm,
then we keep on increasing for them depending upon where they're at. So now with these touch points, sometimes you're showing up, helping with one thing. Sometimes you're doing that. Sometimes you're just kind of tagging them and reminding them, oh, there is an event happening. Please make sure that you're there. Sometimes you're helping them with their homework. Sometimes you're helping them with their questions. Sometimes
mm,
I do a lot of 15, 20 minute one-on-one calls. I really, 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 really make myself available for my people to cut down on the conversion time, from the time when people come into my world to the time when they become my client. I don't sit and nurture my people for months and years. That's a waste of time. Then they're not ready, then you're not doing something right. So the system is designed to convert them pretty soon, sometimes even as soon as 1 week, sometimes couple of weeks. If they're not, then possibly they will not. So the
mm,
system is very, very beautiful, very, very powerful. And it is designed in a way that you are in the background. I could be sipping So when you say feminine selling, what I mean is I could be sipping margaritas somewhere, on a beach holiday or whatever. I'm just saying, I could be completely away. But the system is working in the background
mm,
by way of automation, by way of different things, a lot of different things, delivering a certain very strategic piece of information slash content. Not like every day I have to post and they have to somehow get to see something because Facebook or some other social media. My business is not dependent upon that, because if I'm going to depend upon social media, then that's not going to work. So now the system is delivering something to them, just very strategic, 4, 5 pieces of content slash information, not more than that, which will either super qualify them, which will either turn them into really hot fans and almost buyers for what I have on offer, or it'll throw them off the grid. It'll push them off the grid. It is
mm,
designed like that. And up until then, they're seeing me on a video, they're meeting me on a voice message, they're meeting me on a two-way conversation, like a text message. I'm not really on their face. I'm not pushing anything. I'm not talking to them about my program. I'm not selling them anything at all. None whatsoever. And the system is warming them up. It's almost like engulfing them with the right information, and only that and nothing else, so that the goal is to make them feel, oh my gosh, I feel heard for the very first time. Oh my gosh, I feel that I am being taken care of in a way that nobody has taken care of me up until now. That this
Mm.
person understands me because I'm also having one-on-one conversation with them on the side without selling them anything at all. So they're like, so I know what's going on with them. So if I leave a voice message that really speaks to them and what they're going through in their life, I make an instant connection with them, right? So it's all happening in the background. I'm not in their face. And all of
Mm.
these components are activated together. The passive nurturing, the video content, my connection one on one, me doing that one on one call, which is just a get to know each other call. There is zero, 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 zero conversation about anything, programs, workshops, selling, nothing. We don't even touch upon it. Like we stay miles away from it. So there is
Mm.
no energy of trying to sell or wanting to sell anything. Short call, show me, ask me any questions. What is going on with you? What does your process look like? Like if they've signed up for a workshop with me, like a DM workshop or an automated sales workshop or whatever workshop with me, I want to know more about how are they doing it? Can I leave them with one or two inputs that they can implement in their business right away and get some quick win and then come back to me? Like every
Mm.
door is leading them to walk few steps faster towards me. And by the
Yeah.
time the process is done, they've walked through that process. The only way forward for them is if they really have that problem, if they're passionate enough to solve that problem, I'm the only option. And they have to
Mm.
come to me. I'm not going to sell them anything, even in a sales call. Never.
I love them. So through this sales process, you're basically attracting only the people that are ready to go through. If people are not interested,
We
they will
even
go their
delete
own
people.
way.
We let them go. Like this is something very interesting I tried out, was working with another mentor this year. And I never indulged in email marketing, to be honest, never. It was just like, okay, someone signed up for a workshop, so use it for reminders, a little bit of value, but not like holistically warming up my people or building a conversation with them. I never believed in that, as honest. In the last 6 years, I've never used email marketing. So this summer, for the first time, I started, like, I had a lot of conversations, some information came my way, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to look into it. Today, my email open rate is upwards of 30%. It's taken me 4 months, I think, to do that. It used to be under 5, 6%.
Mm.
Because I've started building a relationship with my audience also on email. I've learned it. I've kind of really, really studied it. And I'm doing that, and it's doing pretty all right. And the goal is that people, then we have put out a lot of, and because I'm a systems person, I work with CRMs. I use Go High Level a lot. I love that software. So I have for myself, this is not something I'm teaching people as yet, but I have been able to mark off people, every action of theirs. If they click on a button, try to watch a video of mine, I know that they've watched it.
Okay,
If
yeah.
they, every click is mapped, every watch is mapped, every action is mapped, every page of mine that they click on is mapped. So when I go and click on anybody's name, in one glance of a dashboard, I know exactly everything right since day one. What all have they taken action on in my world or not, how new they are, have how warmed up they are or not. Like instantly I know everything. Have they filled out any form? Do I know anything about them? Every piece of information is there. So now people who do not take action for an X amount of time, it's very easy for me to find out those people, and I'm happy to just let them go.
Yes.
Because it's people don't understand the energy that we waste on nurturing the wrong people. I'm going to repeat it. The energy that we invest in nurturing the wrong people keeps us away from
Yes.
serving those who really, really are waiting for their lives to be touched by us. It's called disservice in my dictionary.
Yes. Oh, I absolutely love it. Thank you very much for
Thank you.
sharing that. This is the last piece you said. It's so true because very often if somebody wants a client, they will just try to go for another client. And it doesn't matter if they are your right clients or not, right? And how important is to let go of those people that are not ready to work with us, at least yet. Maybe they will be in the future, right? But even from energetical point, when you are holding on to something and you're not letting go, you are blocking yourself from receiving something, right?
And it also portrays somewhere to some degree unconsciously a level of desperate energy
Yes.
onto them, and you're pushing them away. So even you may not be chasing them, but your energy is. So it's very difficult to get them to take, firstly, it's very difficult to get them to sign up with us. If they do, because we push them and chase them enough, maybe they do, they will never be happy clients. They'll always be very, very
Yes.
difficult. So
Oh,
do you want that? Do you really want that? So if you have those people in your world, do not pass the buck, my friend, onto them. Look at yourself, look at your processes. I'm 100% positive you'll find something that you can tweak in your business, in your sales process, which will start pushing that kind of person away from your world. It's always us. It's never anyone else. Because in as we say it in spirituality, I'm a very, very spiritually inclined person. We were having this beautiful conversation, Anna and I, just before the call. Everything that we experience outside of us is a reflection of the inside of us, which just
mm.
means that we have to stop blaming anything, absolutely anything and everything that happens to us, because we got to look inside and we can fix it all. We have the control.
Yes. Oh my God, this is so true. We have a control, and if something happens to us, is opportunity for us to
Yep.
actually look within why did it happen? How did we attract it? What part of us like attracted this? So, oh, I absolutely love it. Thank you so much, Himani, for being here.
My honor,
Uh,
my absolute honor. And I absolutely love talking to your audience. And I hope to spend more time with all of you.
Definitely, definitely. Listen, you've been very generous, Himani. Could you tell us a little bit about your free gift you gifted to us? It's 700 AFE Lead Challenge,
Oh,
and
yeah.
why people should.
Yeah, very important. So, yeah, it's a leads challenge, 700 AE-fied leads. So, why am I talking to you about leads when I stand for sales? So there's a very important reason when I get you to start with the leads part first. And that's because I've realized in my experience that the biggest problem, unfortunately, most of the coaches that are facing today is not getting clients. That's not the biggest problem. Most of the coaches, 80 to 90% of the coaches, whether they know it, don't know it, subconsciously, whatever, they're dealing with still trying to find the right audience, qualified audience, warm audience for their offers so that they can work with them, so that they can move forward together with them. So you may hire, I don't know, all kinds of people, lead generation specialists, this, that, and the other. Even you may be getting into too much content creation and posting and completely getting burnt out. We have bypassed all of that need. I'm not saying don't do it, but we have bypassed the need to post in order to attract clients. You don't need that. There are systems, there are automations. Today, we are living in a world of technology. So I teach all of that. It's very, very simple. Leads is not a problem today. I want you to switch from thinking that you need more people, an audience, and qualified audience, to actually going and start serving them and bring and touching their lives. So that's why this gift is there. There are two of them actually. If you come to the VIP, I've given away my beautiful strategy from my inner circle mastermind, which I've just given you away on the house. So go and get it. It's going to completely transform the way you're doing businesses. That's my vision, hope for you, my friend.
Thank you so much, guys, Himani, and thank you so much, guys, for being here. I got so inspired, and I have a plenty of notes here as well, which I am going to, act on. Um, if you want this beautiful gift, from Himani, she mentioned one of them is free, so all of you will get. One of them is for VIP. The VIP is only 47 euro. So I'm gonna put the link down below that video so you can get it. Himani, it is a pleasure to talk to you. I love your energy. We instantly just connected. I love
Yeah.
what you were sharing, and I know there is gonna be so many people that want to connect with you. Where can they find you?
Um, So my emails have all my signature. You can, if you're on Facebook, you can type Sales with Himani. You will find me. My name is Himani Jane. You can also find me as Sales with Himani, or you can type Sales Queen. You will find me there. Also, my emails will have my DMs. The best way to connect with me is in my Facebook DMs. Please, 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 I invite you to come and chat up with me. Tell me what's going on with you. And I don't sell anything, I don't buy it. So come and tell me a little bit about yourself, and let's get to know each other a little more and serve and change more lives. I'll see you in my DMs. Ciao.
Oh, absolutely love it, guys. I would go with that invitation because Himani is an absolutely amazing person and human being. Thank you so much for being here. I really, really appreciate you, Himani.
Thank you so much. My pleasure.
I'll see you guys with the next session.